Okay, so to reiterate what I just said, and it wasn't recorded in case people need to see it, a stack, nope, is a last in, first out data structure, right? Stop. I'm gonna turn off annotation stuff for you guys. Disable. You guys aren't allowed to have fun anymore. So the last thing that gets put in comes out first, and then a queue, which we'll get to later this week, is first in, first out, right? So both of these data structures, singly linked lists are really, really well equipped to handle them because it's just naturally easy. Thomas, really? Cody's a stack? All right.
Wait,
Whatever.
could you elaborate more or use like an analogy or something?
Okay, yeah. So let's see. So for a stack, right? If you have your desk and you have an inbox, right? And people put things in, realistically, how are you going to take things out of there?
You
You're
do
going to
the
take
top
the
one.
top thing, right? So, but the top thing was the last thing that was actually put in there. So we can kind of simulate this with a singly linked list. This is our head node, right? If we put something in, so let's say we have a stack with three things. This is an SLL stack. This is our head. So we have our head and we have our stack, right? If I put something in to mimic the putting something at the top of the stack, right? If I put this piece of paper on top of here, it's going to be the new top of the list. So adding to the front of a stack would be adding to the front of a singly linked list, right?
Okay.
And so if that's adding to the front, so let's see, let me clear some stuff out of here.
So can I just ask, are you writing in green because it's St. Patty's Day?
No, I'm writing in green because when I learned how to do annotations, my boss did it in green, so I figured there was a reason for it, and I'm a mindless sheep. Um, but no, it has nothing to do with St. Patty's Day, but the Guinness in my fridge does have something to do with St. Patty's Day. That's a lie. That was already in there. So anyway, so uh, we can use a singly linked list as a stack. Pushing into a stack is the same as adding to the front of a stack or to the front of a singly linked list. Removing from a stack, pop. Or let me change this. Inserting into a stack, which is called push, is the same as adding to the front of a singly linked list. Removing from a stack, which is pop, is the same as removing from the front of a singly linked list. Let me get rid of these guys. Wait, I have this guy.
So pop automatically does the top of the list?
Well, it doesn't automatically. It is up to you guys to,
Oh, you can choose where
define these.
pop,
Well,
which
no, so pop should. Okay, so here's the thing is, this stack isn't like a predefined data structure we're dealing with. The goal is to use what we know about singly linked lists to build a stack with the following methods. So we have a class stack kind of thing. Code for initializing a singly linked list stack. And then challenge for you guys, push, which should, this code should handle pushing into a stack. Pop, this code should handle removing from a stack. And then the last one is going to be peek. This code should handle showing what is at the top of a stack. So this is kind of the starter code for you guys. This part here is going to be essentially the same exact thing as a singly linked list. And then you'll also have your SL node.
Is that different than how we normally do a singly linked list?
What, the singly linked, the node part?
I don't know. You were saying about, I think, def and init. You said it's basically the same as.
This part here, yeah. So this is going to be the same. So self.head equals none.
It is the same thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
it is the same thing. And then self.value equals val, self.next equals none. All right. So here's a fun little guy. No, I can't do that. It's supposed to be able to do that. What the hell? No, why did that pop up? How do I do a thing? I know there's a way to like share a file. Let's see. Share file Zoom. During a Zoom meeting, click on chat, select more and choose the option to share file. Okay. Or no. What? This thing lied to me. Okay. Well, in that case, what I'll do, give you guys the starting code here. Denny's, what? No apocalypse party at Denny's. What do you guys, get out of here. All right. So the goal for you guys is to write these three algorithms: push, pop, and peek. And you can, no, I want you guys to write this code from scratch and not use your add from front, remove from front stuff functionality. Questions on stack or expectations for these algorithms?
Yes. How is this different than removing from rear or adding to front?
It's not really. It is very much the same thing. But knowing that the structure and functionality of one data structure can be used essentially as the same exact functionality of another data structure is a really valuable thing. Tomorrow we'll get into queues, and then the next day we will use one to build another, which is something that gets a lot of people confused, but it's good practice. It's a relatively common interview kind of thing.
So peek is like a built-in.
No, you have to define it. Peek doesn't
Oh.
exist. Peek,
Oh.
push, and pop are methods of the stack class that we're making that you have to define yourself.
I thought push and pop were like built-in thingies.
Push and pop are built-in things for a, you know, if I say array.push 10 and I run this code, oh, it's not going to say anything. No, push and pop or not. Oh, it's dot append in Python. I always forget that. But yeah, so I mean that's another good point to make is that Python doesn't even have a push period. So the whole thing here is that we are building out our own stack class, right? And writing these methods that will do those things. Also, Tash, your stash is fantastic. The Tash stash. I love it.
Yeah, my name's actually Stash. I'm Tash's cousin.
Stash
I've
Tego.
replaced him. I'm from Kentucky.
Any other
This is
questions?
We have to create these functions.
Right.
Okay, gotcha.
Any other questions before I send you off into your groups?
Let me take a picture of these code snippets.
I also copied and pasted the whole code snippet into the Zoom chat, so you can grab it from there too.
I guess I'm being redundant, but
cool. Any other questions? No.
So is stack, is it like since it's its own data structure, like what does that kind of look like? Is it like an array? Is it a list? Like, you know what I mean? Like how would we print out the stack, the test and whatnot?
So it's going to, in essence, be the same thing, the same overarching data structure as a singly linked list. But the whole point is that we can essentially use a data structure as another data structure, right? We know how singly linked list works. We know that we have the ability to add to the back, add for the front, remove from the back, remove from the front, check if it contains something, remove something in the middle. We can do all these things if we write the functionalities for them. Knowing that we can take that data structure that we're familiar with and we've worked a lot with to build out another data structure is a really valuable resource. It's really good to be able to be flexible and take what you have to build something else. So we can actually, I could have, class SL list with my init self with a self.head equals none, and then def add to front self value, then do if self.head equals none, self.head equals SL node val, return self, else SL node new node equals SL node val, new node dot next equals self.head equals new node, return self. So we could, do something like this where instead of being self.head, we have a self.stack equals a singly linked list. Right? And you can use, push would be something like self.stack.add to front val, return self, right? So you can use a data structure within another data structure, or you could just use the properties and methods, or not the methods themselves, but the functionalities of those methods to create another data structure. And just knowing that, you know, it's essentially the same thing.
So is that basically kind of like looking at it like a many-to-many relation, like relational database in a way?
Not really. It doesn't really actually translate over into many-to-many relationship at all. But it just, you know, knowing that if you have one thing's functionality built out, you don't necessarily need to build out an entirely separate data structure. You could just utilize one that you already have, if that makes sense.
What do you want us to show in the peak? Like, how would you show the list?
Just either print or return the value of the thing at the top of the stack.
Hey, Cody, sorry I got disconnected. So I had a question. What is the difference between append and push?
So append is specific to Python.
Okay.
Append. So like, hold on, let me. If I have a list of things, right? I have an array is, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I want to add to the end of it. In JavaScript, I could do array.push 7, right?
Mm-hmm.
But in Python, I can't. It says instance of list has no push member. So in Python, it's append. But the functionality is exactly the same. It takes this thing and it puts it at the end of that list. It's just Python loves to be different.
Okay.
And loves to have the same exact functions, but not have it be the same thing. Same way that in JavaScript, if you want to get the list of a string, you would have, you know, string equals hello. And then if I wanted the list of the string in JavaScript, it would be, you know, string.length. But we don't have that in Python. Instead, it's len of string, right? So it's really just syntax differences.
Okay.
But so, I mean, push and pop are just kind of push, pop, and peek are the kind of consensus terminology used for these functionalities when it comes to stack data structures.
Okay.
Any other questions before I split you guys up? All right. All right. So, who all is actually like in a room together? So that I know Kamakani, Hunter, and Dennis, you guys are all in the same place?
Me and Tash are separate today.
Okay. So then we'll go Kamakani, Dennis, Hunter, and then all right. Ready, break. Thomas, go to your room. There you go.
turn off your mic.
My mic is off.
What's wrong with you?
The echo.
We need one speaker too.
We're still trying to
My
figure
speaker's off.
which one of us will
Yours
share
off.
their screen.
Let's use yours. Yours is better.
This is. Hold on. We were figuring this out for a second.
There's Cody. Hi. Ah!
Turn your mic off.
Mine is off. Cody.
Turn your mic off. Okay. Is that better?
I guess so. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Were you not hearing that awful screaming echo? And
No, I was.
okay, good.
Yeah,
Ooh, you got
Yeah, we
headphones.
hear it.
Okay. Who's sharing screen?
Yours.
No, not mine.
You're the
I can't.
smartest one.
I am the smartest one, but all right. How do I do this? Share screen.
Yes, there's a green button.
Shut up.
There we go.
Look,
I know.
there's a screen.
I don't know why computer keeps doing that.
So that's what you wrote up on your own.
Yeah, does that look about right? Well, I need to scoot these over.
And then add another space between the double lines.
And or in Python is literally just the word or.
Oh, okay.
Jancy, do you have a question?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I
You
was
raised your
listening.
hand apparently. You
Oh,
can
no,
do that.
that was because I thought people couldn't hear me.
Oh.
That's funny. So
Way to pay attention, Cody.
while self.head is equal to none, or not
Not equal to none.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or self.next is not equal to none. Self.next equals self.head. Self.head equals.
SL node with a value and the next is equal to none.
Okay. So what functions are we supposed to make again? Hi, Cody.
It is
Hello.
push, pop, and peek. We already
What the
have.
heck is peek?
So it's basically like push is what add to.
I
add
know
to
what push
back.
and pop are.
Yeah. And then peek would be show ahead or something like that.
Oh, so peek would be like show the bottom?
Peak is show the top of the stack.
Top of the stack is the head, right? Okay.
Oh, okay. So you just make it so whenever you add something, it becomes a new head. Whenever you remove it, removes head. And then the thing after that becomes head.
Thomas, share your screen.
I haven't done it yet.
So you should still do it so people can see what you're doing. Brainstorm. You got to collaborate and stuff, and it's harder to do if everybody's just looking at each other's faces. Got to
I
show
have
something.
no brain.
You have no brain. You have no face. You got nothing. You just got a
I
fancy
have
keyboard.
nothing. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Is this? Do you see
Yes,
me highlighting random stuff?
we see your code. We see you doing things. Very nice code. I open a new
Alright.
file.
So, all right. Got it. Don't need this. Don't need this. Don't need this. Aha.
What I was thinking, we need to have a temporary variable that will hold the current self head, because we would have next we would have to make our new head next this self head next.
It'd just be self head next.
No, like whiteboard.
And now we need a whiteboard.
So
Use the annotations.
Yes, thank
Don't tell us what to do.
Draw on each other's boards.
Draw on my board. Code. Not that way.
Our head, and this is our new node that we want to become our head. And this next should be this one. So we need some temporary variable to keep our head and then our previous head, and then make it our new head next.
Or alternatively.
Oh yeah. Well, what to do? What we can do?
Got your new node.
In stuff. I don't want to make it way too complicated. So.
Yeah, like I said, head's self becomes this, and then the next becomes that.
No, but we already
Cody, leave that
have.
up there.
We already have our head.
I know.
So we just need to switch it from here.
You got your head there, right? And then this is your new node.
Mm-hmm.
Wait,
With its
what?
next pointing at nothing originally.
Yeah.
What am I
Say
trying to
nope.
do?
Self head equals
less steps.
this new node, and then this new node's next becomes our old head.
And our head just becomes nice. Okay.
Man, 2 points, Hunter.
Agree.
0
You
Dennis.
did again.
Why two?
It was session
Because-
work.
Hold on. Let me pull up my scoreboard and take
Yeah,
some
pull it
notes.
up. Someone put something in the corner.
Yeah.
Leave a lot of room in my bracket, though, because I feel like I'm going to need it. All right. So someone else type it. I hate typing.
There it is. You see? I did
There
it.
you go. See? Dennis 0, Hunter 1.
I won one earlier.
Wait, why do I have 2?
I clean out
They
mine.
don't. Now you have 2.
He gets 2 for the mustache.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Stash.
Type it, Hunter. Come on.
All right. If
Stop slacking.
are we gonna else it?
No.
Next is the self.head, and self.head now becomes a new node. So I moved the self-head in the front.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, and for popping, he said we want to remove the top element, right? Remove means I need to move the self.head from the first element that I see, and I need to move the self.head to the next element, right? So I'm saying popped value is self.head.value, and I'm saying self.head is now moved to the next element. And by doing that, we have removed the link, and we can print the value.
Everyone's like, what? Oh, it's him.
Yeah, there's like a check mark.
Yeah.
I love how he just like
Cody.
pops in. And
Yeah.
We're all just like, everybody got distracted.
Continue. The check mark meant looks good.
So I say this is my popped value.
No stack. Nothing. Yeah, nothing in the stack. Yeah.
Cool.
I think you just need to indent that print statement.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for the else. Yeah, cool.
Mhm. Um,
How's it look, Cody? Oh, that's some nice checks.
Great.
Looks good.
Cool. I guess we could do a nothing in stack also if we get here.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
And then we might as well return self at the bottom of here.
Yeah. Good job.
Try
And
running something.
we return like twice like return self.
Well, once you return something, that'll end the loop, so you couldn't put anything after a return.
So new node equals SL node value creates a node. New node dot next sets the head. Oh, no, it sets the next. Self head equals new mode. Yeah, new node.
Chris, would you mind sharing your screen so we can see what you're talking about, maybe?
I'm just looking at Thomas's screen. I don't have anything written down except what Cody wrote down. Do you see the add to front?
What do you guys see right now? Do you see the paint thing or my code?
We see your code.
Okay, I'm just gonna get rid of this paint guy. Later, Pikachu.
Do you see the add to
I see the
front
part that
tab?
says I don't want to fix the edge cases. That's not okay.
Oh, hi,
fix the edge
Cody.
cases.
Hi, Cody.
Hello. Fix those edge cases, man.
There are no edge cases.
Yeah, exactly. No.
Okay. There.
What if peak will break if you don't have a front of your a head to peek at? You can't just you don't have a self dot length.
Does not work?
It's inefficient. A, it's inefficient, and B, if you wanted to do that, you would have to call self dot length with parentheses.
Yeah, that's right. I keep forgetting that.
Yeah, but either way, it's incredibly inefficient when all
Why
you need
is
to
it-
do is because you're going to loop. If you have a 7,000 element list,
Okay.
then it'll run 7,000 computations as opposed to just checking to see if the self dot head is null or empty. Not self dot
think
head
I have
dot
an
val
idea.
equals none, just self dot head equals none. Yeah, there you go. All right, now I'll go help other people. Keep working, guys.
I think I have an idea.
Thanks, Cody.
Let me check.
Oh, hey, Cody.
Oh, hello.
Hey, quick question.
Yes.
For the peak, do you want us to return the value at the beginning or to print the value at the beginning?
Print the value, return self, so you can chain if you wanted to. Although I guess if you were going to peak, you wouldn't chain because probably things might rely on the results of the peak. So you can just return the node itself or nothing. Either way.
So how does that look?
Let's see. Push if self.head is none. Self.head equals SL node val. Return self. New node equals SL node val. Cool. If self.head equals none, then return. If self.head.next is none, self.head equals none, and return self. Cool. For pop, you probably would want to actually return the node instead of self, in case you needed to do something with it. pass it off to something else. But other than that, I think it looks.
Oh, so return the node we removed?
Yes. So pop is actually not going to be removing from the back of a singly linked list. It would be removing the front because
Oh, the
just
front,
because we're
okay.
dealing with a stack, right? Because it's first in, last, or last in, first out. So whatever's
Okay.
at the top of the stack is what gets removed in a pop.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Um. Okay.
So you make the second one as the head.
So we'll just make a new pop,
Mm-hmm.
and then
Let's just see your password.
Wait,
really
no,
quick.
put that in a text file. Let me see the password.
Okay, and now get back to the Zoom.
All right.
I have.
Yeah,
Yeah, I have an access. Woohoo! Finally, 100
So
Cody's like, you guys are still on this one part.
We were arguing.
I
about
didn't say anything.
You thought it. We saw it.
No, I didn't even didn't even cross my mind. Kamakani's true thoughts are being revealed. Get him.
Get him.
He doesn't believe in you.
He never
So,
did.
Pop. I don't believe in
Pop.
if
Pop,
self-dot
pop.
is done,
on the front of the SL. That's
What's up?
this. Oh, we were getting this weird error, not error maybe, when
Okay.
when we tried to peek, right?
Okay.
So see if it'll do it. No, that wasn't the error.
Yeah. So you wanted to push a number into it?
Oh, my camera's off. Whoops.
Yeah, we're getting this when we're trying to peek.
Okay, so if the head is not none, that's what happens if you try and print an object. So you'll have to tell it to not print self.head, but self.head.value.
Then we tried that and it gave us a different error. Oh, or it didn't.
Sometimes I just need to show up and things fix themselves.
Honestly, it worked before.
Yeah.
So why won't it print nothing in stack if we don't have anything in there?
It should.
Oh, it did. Then what was this? What you got this error?
The ampersand character is not allowed. Does it say what line that's in? Line 1, character 103. What? Do you have
Yeah.
something all the way to the right on that line or something? No?
No.
I
Well, thanks
don't
for
know.
showing up and everything. fixed.
No problem. I'll probably be pulling you guys back in 5 minutes or so. So
Okay.
Okay.
Something in front of the runner will equal, whoa, okay.
Runner.next.
Yeah.
Runner equals runner.next.
Yeah, runner.next.
But we still need to check if runner.next is equal to none.
Well, it's doing it. It'll break out of the loop.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
But how then we will return the last
Return runner.
Node.
Return runner then. Because whatever the runner stops at, that is the runner now. This runner is going to move. Now runner is going to see this. We're going to kick it out. Return runner.
So after this, we're gonna do it, or what do I just do another one?
Runner equals runner.next. I don't know.
Dude, if we will return runner, the runner will be equal to none. But it will break out of the loop when the runner is equal
It's
to
equal
none.
to none. Oh, because of the runner.
Yeah, so we need some check that will tell us that the runner that next is equal to none, then it's going to be runner because this is the last node of the SLL.
Yep, I'm going to be pulling you guys back in about 5 minutes. Just giving you a heads up.
We need 2.
Yeah.
All right, Cody.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
We're going
Hello.
over the assignment from yesterday a little bit.
Cool. I'm going to be pulling you guys back in about 5 minutes or so. So just a heads up.
Let me see.
Hey Cody, how do I post this in just the group chat for the 4 of us? Is that a thing?
Yeah, so the regular chat should just go to you guys. I think it's kind of cool. Do you see the last message that I sent at 9:55 that says going to pull you guys back in about 5?
No, I see
Okay.
Martin to everyone chain gang code yes.
Yeah, I see that one.
Okay, so then yeah, so the chat that you have going on right now is just between you guys. So anything that you post in there is only for the people in this breakout room.
Oh, okay.
All right, I'm gonna be pulling you guys back in a few minutes, so just a heads up.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Not very great move.
What in the world is going on in here? I just hi Kadias, and then what? you ASCII arted my LinkedIn picture. All right. Okay. Just
Hi,
a heads up,
Kodias.
I'm gonna be pulling you guys back into the main room in a couple minutes.
Okay. Goodbye, Kodias.
Bye. just a heads up, I'm gonna be pulling you guys back in a couple minutes. So,
I think we're pretty much done.
all right, cool. See you in a bit.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
I have a giant.
Oh shit.
See the lights.
Can you guys hear the construction going outside of my room?
Nope.
No.
Okay. Yesterday they were arguing at each other, and they're telling each other they hope they got the coronavirus and died.
What's happened?
That's terrible.
Oh my god.
They're like, they fight every day.
Wait, what? What's going
We
on?
almost had it.
What are we talking about in here?
I don't know. All right, making these breakouts.
Dang it.
Bye-bye. All right, so who's got some solutions they want to talk about?
Got problems.
And then everybody turns off their cameras.
It's okay. Can I help you? No one? No one's got any, nothing. Nobody wants to talk.
I've got one, but I mean, I showed mine yesterday, so.
Well, I'll give you the option of picking somebody to present something.
Okay. Terry, you in here? You want to post our code? No. Kamakani, I
Sorry,
see your
sure.
face. Oh yeah, yeah,
whoops.
Terry.
Sorry, my mic was muted. All right.
Gotcha.
Okay, let me share my screen.
Mm-hmm.
This one. Crap, how do I do this in here?
If you click on the, like hover over the screen where everybody's at and click the green, I think it's Alt S will share. You can pick which screen to, there we go.
It's Alt F4.
No, it is not Alt F4.
Okay. So this was our code.
Mm-hmm.
In here we have our SL node where we generate or we create our node,
Mm-hmm.
and then we have our class stack where we have our where we initialize our stack here, and then the push method. We said that if self.head equals to none, then our self.head equals whatever node you enter in there. So it's SL node and your value. And then you return self. But if it's not equal to none, then we create a new node using the SL node class with whatever value you put in there. And then we say that our new node.next is equal to our current self.head. And then our self.head is now equal to our new node, and then we return self. So that's adding to the front of our stack. To pop, we say that if self.head is not equal to none, so if our stack is not empty, then we say that our self.head equals our self.head.next. So basically we're getting rid of our first node because we're not pointing to it anymore. We're pointing to its next node and make that the head node. And then for our peek method, we just said that if self.head is not equal to none, then we just print our self.head.value so that we can see what it is, and then we return it as self.head. Otherwise, if our self.head is equal to none, then we print out that there's nothing in the stack. And then this was just like our test cases where we initialize our stack and set it equal to test1, and then we pushed like 3 nodes into it, so 10, 3, and 40, and then we did like a peek, and then our peek comes out to 40. There were a few other test cases that we did too, but yeah.
Awesome. Good work. Any questions on their solution? Now I hear the construction.
Sorry.
It's all good. No questions?
Nope.
Cool. All right. In that case, let's see. Announcements. We're having digital open house tomorrow, so I guess digital pizza or something. I don't know. That doesn't affect
Never
you
had
guys at
that
all.
before.
Yeah, I'm interested. It's
Digital pizza.
It's gonna be interesting. Digital
What if,
open house.
what if they deliver individual pizzas to all of us?
That would
Ah,
that would
that's
be
what they should
nice.
do.
I think that would also be really expensive, so we're gonna go ahead and just not do that.
Aw.
In this crisis, cost is of no concern.
Yeah.
No, I'd say that's not the case. Okay, so yesterday was the last of the lectures. So today is going to be a lot of self-study. I will be posted up in my Walkabout office, so pop in if you have questions. I'll also be keeping an eye on Mattermost and Zoom. Dakota and I will figure out how to handle breakout sessions, and so whenever he gets on, we'll send out some information on that. I think as of this morning there was 1 sign up on session, so that will be the first breakout session we do. I'll send you guys a notification when I'm about to handle that. But yeah, in the meantime, just keep working. Please at least stay on at least one of the things, either Zoom or your Walkabouts thing. I'll be, hopping around, popping in, saying hi, making sure you're actually doing stuff. But yeah, if there's no other questions, then get to work.
What assignment do you want us to work on if we've done the one from yesterday?
Login and registration is today's end of day.
Okay.
And did you want us to let you know when we are off to lunch or whatever?
You can, so in Walkabouts, let's see, I'm gonna share my second screen. we can do, you can just like pop in and leave a little message here. So if you pop out to lunch on walkabouts, just go into your office and put an out of office message saying you're out to lunch, so I don't, go into your room and be like, hey, hello. Oh wait, I don't know if it was sharing, but yeah. So in your
It wasn't.
when you're in your walkabout office, if you click on your little name, you can go to office and then change your out of office message. So if you go to lunch, just do that if you can.
Okey-doke,
I was
can do.
wondering.
Cool.
Oh, sorry.
Any other questions?
What was the reading we're supposed to be up to?
Let me.
Is there one?
That's what they should add in Walkabout.
What?
Let's get a camera.
Bulletin board, so you can go read the
Oh,
board and
yeah.
see what's on there.
Yeah, maybe I'll do that. I'll put that as my little out of office thing, even though I'm not out of office. So yeah, so I'll do that. Let's see. Today's end of day is login and registration, and the reading is going to be Django full stack through bcrypt. So I'll put that up here for you guys.
Oh, Django full stack.
Okay, so you don't want us worrying about the Amazon thing?
No, I would go ahead and skip Amazon. So the only thing that the only real beneficial thing to get out of Amazon is there's a part where it has you putting the price of something that you're buying in the input. But you shouldn't do that. You should put the ID of the thing that you're buying, because then somebody could go in and inspect element and change the input's value if it's the price, and then instead of it being $25, it's $1.
I thought inspect element just changes what's on your side.
It does, but if what's on your side is a form and that form is being submitted, the form that's
Oh.
submitted could have different values. So
Wow.
That's hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
Mathematical.
Yep. So yeah. Skip Amazon. Just go into login registration. Let's see. Reading full stack day login registration. All right. So I got those things up. I will unlock my office, and
That's a mistake.
I find myself wanting to paint instead. Oh, paint instead. All right, cool. Get to work.